Inland Sports.
And now join us here on the Inland Sports Show as we head into week 0, and one of the biggest games on the ticket certainly is Murrieta Valley and Rancho Cucamonga. Join us, the head coach of the Cougars, Alex Pearson. And Coach, I haven't talked to you in a while, certainly since you've taken over the Rancho Cucamonga program. But first off, congrats on the gig. And what was it about, Rancho Cucamonga High School and the football team that you were like, you know what? Sounds like a good gig. I'd love to be the head coach of this team.
So I was an assistant coach there for the past couple of years. The first year I just helped out a couple of days a week, and then last year with the change and stuff, I ended up helping a little bit more. And then my daughter goes to the school. She's a junior there now, and she just loved the school. And so I started being around it and being around the teachers and the kids and everything else. And it's just a great place to be. There's a bunch of teachers and kids that are about getting better and want to be the best program that there is. I mean, it's, the football program's obviously really good, but so is the basketball program, and so is the water polo program, and so is the theater program, and so is the band. I mean, our band kids are there from morning to night. Everybody there is about being great. And the thing is, it's a really supportive environment. Everyone really works at bringing each other up and being proud that all the programs are good. We have a great track program and stuff. And so it's not a thing of programs being jealous about each other. They're all happy for each other, and they go cheer each other on. It's just such a positive place to be and to work and for the kids to go to. So I just thought if I was going to get myself back into it, that'd be the place to do it at.
Well, Coach, you inherit a program that's, traditionally been very, very strong. They've, had some great playoff runs. They've had some really good teams. Unfortunately, they keep running into Murrieta Valley in the playoffs for whatever reason. And you guys, opened with the Nighthawks. I think it was 2 years ago. It was like that double overtime controversial finish in the playoffs. And last year it was a 1-touchdown game. I think it's a rivalry. Do you feel like Rancho Cucamonga versus Murrieta Valley is a rivalry at this point?
It's turned to it at this point. It's supposed to just be an opener game, and now here we are running into each other in the playoffs. So I mean, it's a big game. It's good. It's always been exciting. All the games are close. I mean, Murrieta Valley has a bunch of good players, and they're well coached, and we have a bunch of good players, and hopefully we're really well coached. So it'll be another good one.
So being with Rancho Cucamonga, being with the program the last couple of years, but now taking over as head coach, you must have known like what you had going into this season, right? So do you feel like, being the head coach, obviously everything's going to fall on your shoulders, but again, being around the program, you're like, okay, the cupboard's not bare. We got a good team. We're going to be able to compete. The baseline league is obviously always tough. That non-league schedule you guys have is tough. But did you feel like, I feel good about this team going into the season, right?
Yeah, I went into it. Like I said, I've been around the program, so I knew we had good administration. I knew we had good assistant coaches, and I know we have really good football players. So, like when we kind of check all those boxes, it's kind of no-brainer to go into it and think that, hey, we got a chance to do something special here.
So when you look, personnel-wise, when you look at your roster, where do you feel like the strength might be on this team? Offense, defense, up front, skill guys. Like where do you feel like, man, this team is going to shine in this area?
I think we're pretty balanced overall. I mean, we have scholarship players on offense. We have scholarship players on defense. I think we're taking some strides on the offensive line, really working on that area. But I've got Jacob Chambers at quarterback, and I think anytime you have a Division I quarterback, you got a chance to move the ball on offense. And then we have speed all over the place. So we have Tyree Wilson, who's got offers at Air Force and Army at his little slot, fast. He's another track guy. It's blazingly speed. So get going on, and I think James Strong, our running back there, is going to make some moves. So I think we got some chance to move the ball on offense. Then on defense, I mean, we have so much speed on the defensive side of the football that if we can get everybody going in the right direction where they be, you can make things happen. And we have multiple scholarship guys there at defense, linebacker, and DBs. So if you get that going on, we can go in the right direction. We got a shot.
It's funny, you bring up all that speed and whatnot and the support from the administration about just athletics in general. Rancho Cucamonga is, great track team, some of the fastest guys in the area. So I don't know, do you just go to the track team and say, who wants to come out for football? Or does it work vice versa, get your football guys to go out and run track?
Coach Bolden and I worked all together. His kids both ran track and went to the league and everything else. And so part of the deal is a lot of the football players do track, and we work really well together. It's not adversarial type of thing. That's why I said one of the things I really like about Rancho is you're not fighting each other about stuff. So when it's track season, the kids do track, and they come back faster, and we get them on the field and get ready to go with fast guys. So I think it's beneficial for both of us. If you look at most of the track kids are also football kids, so it goes back and forth. And I'm really supportive of multiple sport athletes and figuring out a way to work the schedules and stuff instead of saying, oh, you can be a multiple sport athlete, but you have to miss practice or you have to do this. We don't do that there. The kids go to track season during track time and come to football during football, and hopefully get some more wrestlers. You go to football, go to wrestling. So I've had a lot of success with football players wrestling. And hopefully get some more people playing basketball. We could use some GJ Stroud. Didn't seem to hurt CJ Stroud any. He had to play football at Rancho and basketball at Rancho. So that's what. So if you look at the track record at Rancho, they figured out a way to let kids do multiple sports and build those things off of each other and build success in all their programs.
Coach, when I first landed in the IE, this was, man, I guess like 14 years ago now, like 2011. You had a good thing going at Carter High School. Just from then till now, or even before Carter, have you changed your coaching style? Like, has football changed in terms of, now everyone wants to run the spread and score a bazillion points, or do you, right, old school football, we're going to run the football and play great defense and we're going to win games 17-14? I mean, have you changed at all the way you approach your coaching style?
I don't know if it's coaching style. I mean, I still think physical football is winning football. I still think great effort on defense and creating turnovers is what wins. And, whether that's running a 4-4 or a 3-5 or a 3-4 or, running the spread or, whatever offense is out there, it really depends on those things, So that's what I concentrate on is my coaching style. The scheme stuff doesn't really matter too much to me. It's more about, getting kids to play really hard, being their potential, executing on offense and defense, and just playing really hard, and being physical. I think those are the cornerstones of winning. And the standards for everybody, getting everybody on the bus, moving in the same direction. I think those are the keys to winning football. And, bringing up Carter, what's fun about that is, I've been doing it long enough. Now I've got Lokangi Toloa coaching with me and Langi Toloa coaching with me and Keon Clark coaching with me and Tamara Carper is going to start coaching with me. So you can get some of those guys. I mean, start to realize how old I am now that they're but I'm like, it's neat getting to bring guys back that, that played with me and stuff. And hopefully, will continue to coach with us.
That's funny. I was just thinking about the Toa Iloa brothers, and Lokani and Langi. Like, I was like, man, I wonder what, because they both went to UCLA, right? I'm trying to remember. Like, they both went to UCLA, and I remember, I think when they were having Camp Coyote out there at Cal State San Bernardino, I caught up with them, and I think I ran into them like at one of those U of R, camps that they have out there. They were already graduated out of high school, but they were back for some reason. I can't remember what it was. Maybe to see some of the UCLA coaches that were on hand. But man, that's awesome. So, Coach, besides feeling old, but does it make you feel good, right? That guys that you coached up like still love the game and they still want to give back. And I don't know if they've always wanted to be coaches in the back of their mind. They always knew they were going to be, back in football, right, to some degree. But does it make you feel good to have some of these guys coming back and wanting to, help out this Rancho Cucamonga program?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite parts of coaching, honestly, is having all those guys around. You see them whenever you start with them when they're 14 years old, and then they go on, they be successful, want to come back and give back to people and to youth and be involved with the program. And, they're just fun people to be around. And so it's special to me. I really enjoy having former players come back and coach with me. It's neat. It's really neat. It's really rewarding.
Yeah, you mentioned Keon. Kenny obviously is busy this time of the year, but I'm sure he would be around the program.
A little busy right now. So I was great catching up with him too. And I think that's the thing. If you build programs where you start making relationships with kids and stuff, and they want to come back and be around it, because it's important. It's not a lot more important than who you block or what coverage you're in. I think that if you do it the right way, people want to come back and start kind of helping others.
All right, Coach, we'll wrap it up like this. Without giving away all your secrets, what do you think are the keys? What are the keys of victory against this Murrieta Valley team? They've got a couple of great, quarterbacks. They've got some skill position guys. They got some good DBs. In fact, we're going to hear from the Johnson brothers. I'm sure you know Derek Johnson, longtime local coach. Right. He was head coach at Notre Dame. So what, again, without giving away all your secrets, what do you think makes Murrieta Valley tough? What do you think are the keys to victory this week?
Well, I mean, no, we've got one improved special teams play. They've really special teams. They've been really good at those on us. So we can't give up field position. We got to control field position. We're going to have to create some turnovers because they've always had a high power offense. Create some turnovers, stop the run, and then on offense we got to do the opposite. We got to not turn the ball over, be able to run the ball, control the clock a little bit, and score points when we get chances to. So I think that's the key to us, being close to the game there at the end, and hopefully the chance to win at the very end.
Do you feel like that's the same message even 15 years ago? Hey guys, don't turn the ball over, force turnovers.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same message, right?
It's kind of the same metrics.
Yeah.
We just I think that's like you say, when you go back to what it was 15 years ago. It doesn't matter whether you're in the spread or what defense you're running. If you turn the ball over a bunch, you don't have a very good chance to score. If you're giving up short fields, you're going to give up points. So I mean, I think it's field position is still part of it, and then obviously holding on to the football.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Like you can't reinvent the wheel. Like football's still
Right.
still
Yeah,
football.
football's still football. It doesn't matter what level it is or what you're watching. If somebody's turning the ball over 3 or 4 times a game, they don't have a very good chance to win it. If you're giving up kickoff returns for touchdowns, you don't have a very good chance to win it. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
It's not a secret, right?
No, that's not a secret. Like I said, I'm not giving away any secrets.
Well, Coach Pierce, man, it was great catching up with you. Good luck against Marietta Valley this week, and nothing but the best this season.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Looking forward to it.
You got it. That's Alex Pierce, the head coach of the Rancho Cucamonga Cougars here on the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports.